Well, I'm live now. You got 1 minute yet. Can everyone hear me okay? Hello, can you guys hear me okay? Hey, is this better? Can you hear me better now? Okay. Welcome to Kohl Outdoors. Today, we're doing a special live show. I'm going to answer the questions of the week, and I'm going to introduce a giveaway to you guys. And I came up with what I was going to give away based on some of the questions I had received. So we're going to do the giveaway next week, but stay to the very end, and I'll show you what we're going to give away. So let's just do a little bit of housekeeping today. Today is going to start the 2-month anniversary of this show. We've been doing shows here for the last 2 months, and I got a couple new things to introduce to you guys. The giveaway will be next week during the live show. But I'm going to tell you how you can enter that tonight. So if you guys, you're going to notice in the actual description, when I post this, there's going to be 2 different things. One is going to be a GoFundMe. I want to get a kayak and do a bunch of kayak stuff for you guys. I need a little help purchasing it. So if you have the extra money, if you could please make the donations to me, it'd be highly appreciated. And also become a member of Kohl Outdoors by joining my Patreon, which is also linked in the description for that. So let's get to the actual questions that were asked this week, and we're going to take our time to them. Okay, on my drop shot video, there was a question about if I think that a swivel makes a difference in the number of fish you catch. And I don't think I personally do not feel that swivels make that much of a difference in the number of fish that will strike your lures. And I understand why people use them because of line twists and all that, but I think you're putting yourself at a disadvantage because you're putting multiple knots to hold on your lure when you're using a swivel. A lot of the swivels are going to have 3 different knots in there, and it only takes 1 weak knot to lose a fish. So I think you're giving up a lot by having the swivel in there. So it's just how you look at things. I know it helps with line twists and other things that people are going to use, but a experienced tournament angler, if you're using them, what you're doing is you can lose your kicker, because you have a weak knot. You have to check 3 knots all the time. So that was the question there. My opinion is no, I don't think it's going to cut down on the number of strikes you get, but I think it's going to put weak spots in your line. So I recommend that you don't use them if you're caring about landing the fish. So then I got a couple questions on the dock fishing video, and you guys want me to talk a little bit more about crankbaits? I have a video on it, but I'll go through them a little bit. I think if your fish are aggressive, crankbaits are an excellent way to fish your docks. Or if you're really good at flipping and pitching them and getting them up underneath where the fish are, it can be dynamite, and it really irritates the fish that the bass are eating. So if you start taking a look at it from that perspective, they're extremely good. It's just you have to be accurate when you're casting, and you have to be able to fish them. But if the fish are chasing, you don't even have to put them close to the dock, and you make a long cast out maybe 2-3 feet away from them, and you don't have to worry about the bass tangling up in the dock or losing fish that way. So it's a great way to fish. So I have a few questions on this week on how to catch video, which is absolutely awesome. I love getting questions because it helps me help you guys become better. And one of the and I have two questions which I'm going to deal with today right now. And someone asked me what are the best ways to catch fish around entangled weeds when they're matted up, and that is a great question, and it depends on what the fish are doing. Some fish are gonna expect you to punch through it, and other times they're gonna just take a frog across it and concentrate on the edges. But awesome thing about it, if you need to drop a lighter lure in there, a lot of times you can cast and land on top of there, and if you move it slowly, it will fall through eventually. You can get that nice slow presentation to the bottom. You can catch some big fish doing this. Just remember that sometimes you're going to get them so entangled in there that you're going to actually have to take the boat over to lift that fish out. And another question I had on that video is, what do you look for when all the weeds look the same? Well, if all the weeds look the same, I am using my electronics. I am looking for holes. I'm looking for irregularities in the actual green line. If I notice there's two weeds mixed together, that creates an edge. Sometimes that is the spot. The bass tend to follow edges and look for things where they can migrate in and out of the weed beds. And a little bit of differences in the bottom contour or all that is great. I recommend picking up a book which I've shown a couple times on my channel, where it shows the whole entire lake and it's a topographical map. You can take those topographical maps and you can actually locate holes and other changes in depth underneath those weeds. And if you can do that, that can be one of the best places on the lake. If you've never had that one, I'm actually going to place that into the description today, along with the links to my GoFundMe and my Patreon. So be looking for that, and it's an absolute great way to fish. If you don't own one, I recommend picking up one for your geographical region or anywhere you're going to fish tournaments. Those books are absolute dynamite. Okay, so now I had a bunch of questions today on how to catch the bass in the woods. And this is one of my absolute favorite things to do. And when flipping wood, I know it depending. I figure out what the fish want. The question is, when flipping wood, what is the best weight and size? And the answer to that is there is no best weight and size. It depends on what's going on with the environment and what they are eating. I will use I will use a Strike King 3/8 ounce sometimes. I will use a half ounce sometimes. I'll use a 3/4 ounce sometimes. And these are all football jigs. And I will use either a Havoc or a Yum trailer. These are the craw trailers. And depending on how big I want the trailer, I'll actually bite these in half and get the exact kind of trailer I want on there. Remember, the more plastic you have on there, the lighter the weight, the slower it's going to fall. Why do I bite these in half? That's a good question. I will actually break these in half if I want to control the rate of speed that is falling. If I want a bait to fall fast, I'll use a short trailer and a heavier jig. I'll also be when I'm fishing these, I'll also want these to go. I'm talking standing timber. You want them to fall straight down along the edge of the timber. And and also if I need them to fall. Hey, how you doing, man? Fishing Network. If I want these to fall fast, I'll actually take my 3/4 ounce here and I'll make a short trailer. And a lot of times that is going to give you a reaction strike that you are looking for. And if I need it to fall slower, and this is going to be in colder water, I'll actually take a 3/8 ounce jig and I'll take one of these large plastics Now I'll use just about, and I'll use about this whole entire trailer here, and I'll make it fall nice and slow. So let's take a look at some more of these questions. And actually, Bass Fishing Network asked me what is good for flipping the timber, and if I love using these football head striking king on jigs. They are absolutely dynamite. I love using those, but you can flip just about anything. I've actually used crankbaits. I've used the yums without the football head, just Texas rigs. I've used Carolina rigs, so it works excellent. So we're gonna get to the baitfish video. In the baitfish video, I had a couple questions that uh, I had people ask me, and one person asked me, "Where do baitfish come from?" And this is actually a common sense question, but let's look at it a little bit more, because if you understand where baitfish actually come from, they come from spawning fish. So if you can find like the shad spawns, you'll find that is one of the best times to catch the largest largemouth. If you can get in there, you can imitate them with crankbaits, swimming swim baits, or anything else. It can be one of the best ways to catch your largest fish. And if you need to kick it in a tournament and this is happening, be sure that you can match the size of the minnows which are laying the eggs, because the bigger bass are going to attack those and eat them, and they're just going to be stuffed with them. And on the same things, and I think the same thing on the same video, someone asked me what the difference between a deep lake and a deep reservoir is. Oh, is it better now? Someone asked me what the difference between a deep reservoir and a deep lake is. In a reservoir, when the dam gets turned on, you're going to create a current in there, and that's going to help you catch your fish a lot better. And deep lakes, a lot of times, it doesn't have a current in there, and the fish are only going to go deep. The big bass will go deeper. Probably should. See if I can fix that. I don't know. See if I can fix that sound. Is it any better now? You guys hear me better now? Yeah, when we okay, the difference between a deep impoundment and a deep lake is that impoundment is going to have current. And I hope when it comes through, it actually fixes all the sound issues we're having. And deep lake is not going to have the current. So that is the difference between those two. So, and someone asked me, am I ever going to find Bigfoot? If I do, it's going to make for dynamite video, and I will definitely post it. So let's take a look at what all's going on. So for the giveaway, I'm going to actually give away everything that you've seen today. These yums, these havocs, and these striking jigs. So it's going to be absolutely great. So I'm going to make sure I put a lot of this into text, and I'm posting it up because I'm not sure how the sound got fixed. So we'll see what's happening. So thank you guys for coming today. Until next time, this is Kohl Outdoors. And it's going to be a great week. And in order to get into this contest, you need to subscribe and you need to ask questions. For every question you ask, I'm going to put your name into a drawing. And when the drawing is done, whoever name I pull out is going to get this whole entire package right here. So until next time, this is Kohl Outdoors. Later.